Hello viewers, welcome to the session. In the previous session, we have worked with the characteristics of language and we have attempted to define linguistics. We all know that linguistics is the scientific study of language and it works at various levels of language. The phonetics, which works with the speech system of language. Morphology deals with word formation. Semantics deals with words and their meanings. Pragmatics and the actual use of language, and syntax and how words are arranged in sentences. In today's session, we are going to work with a specific area of pronunciation which is known as phonetics. So, phonetics, as one of the branches of linguistics, it deals with the medium of speech. It includes the production, transmission and reception of speech sounds. And most of the languages of the world are produced with pulmonic egressive airstream mechanism. So it is said that speech is modified breathing, and we hardly produce any speech sounds, but when we attempt to make some speech, the egressive airstream which comes out of the lungs contributes to the production of speech sounds. Here, various speech organs are involved in the process. The respiratory system, it includes the lungs, the muscles of the chest and the trachea. The phonatory system, the larynx and the vocal folds within it. And the articulatory system, which includes the nose, the tongue, the teeth ridge and the roof of the mouth and the lips. So, have a look at the diagram. The diagram has the labels of all speech organs that are associated with the production of speech sounds. So, the nasal cavity and alveolar ridge, lips, teeth, tongue, trachea, vocal folds, larynx and pharynx, epiglottis, and oral cavity at the passage, uvula, velum and hard palate. And why should we study English phonetics in particular? We all know that there is no one-to-one correspondence between the letters and the sounds in English language. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet and 44 speech sounds which are represented by the letters. Sometimes one letter represents different speech sounds and different letters or clusters represent the same speech sound. For example, we all know the letter C represents K as in cat, camel, and it represents the sound S as in sell, ceiling and receive. Similarly, the cluster CH is pronounced as K as in chemistry, Ch as in cheap and Sh as in parachute. And since there is no correspondence between the letters and the sounds, we need to pay attention to the production of speech sounds in English language. And we can classify the speech sounds of language into vowels and consonants. There are 44 speech sounds in English language and 24 consonantal sounds. And the basic distinction between the vowels and consonants is vowels are pronounced with open approximation. That means the airstream is free. It doesn't undergo either friction or stricture. And we all know that during the production of vowel sounds, the vocal folds do vibrate. So it is considered that all vowel sounds are voiced. So when we come to consonantal sounds, they can be classified into voicing, voiced or voiceless. So during the production of a consonantal sound, if you feel the vibration of the vocal folds, the sound is considered voiced, as in B as in book and G as in gun and L as in light. So the first level is voicing, whether the consonantal sound is voiceless or voiced, and place of articulation refers to the active articulators that are involved in the production of a particular consonantal sound. It could be bilabial, labiodental, dental, alveolar, post-alveolar, palato-alveolar, palatal, and glottal. And when you come to bilabial, the two lips, and labiodental refers to lower lip and upper teeth, and dental, the tip of the tongue and the upper teeth, alveolar, the teeth ridge, and post-alveolar, a little back. The hard palate and palato-alveolar and palatal go to backward towards the soft part of the roof of the mouth, and glottal. And manner of articulation refers to the air stream and how it is released. In case of plosives, it is complete closure and sudden release, and fricatives, complete closure with slow release with audible friction, and affricates, complete closure, slow release without any friction. Lateral refers to the release from the sides of the tongue, and trill and semivols. So when we classify or when we give a label to a consonantal sound, we should see voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. All the consonantal sounds of English language are presented here, and if you see the manner of articulation, stop or plosive, fricative, affricates, nasal or nasal sounds, liquid and glide. Liquid can be lateral and they both come under liquids. And if you see place of articulation, bilabial with the two lips, and labiodental, dental, alveolar, palatal, velar, and glottal. So how can we give a three-term label to a particular phoneme? For example, if you take the phoneme p, it is voiceless and bilabial, plosive. So the three-term label for the phoneme p is voiceless, bilabial, plosive. Similarly, if you take the phoneme g, it is voiced, velar, plosive. If you take the phoneme n, it is voiced, velar, nasal. Similarly, if you take the phoneme l, it is voiced, alveolar, lateral. And if you take v, it is voiced, bilabial, semivol. So this is the classification. We can further attempt giving three-term label to certain phonemes, as we have discussed. B as in voiced, bilabial, plosive, and k as in voiceless, velar, plosive, and v voiced, bilabial, semivol, and h voiced, glottal, fricative. So the speech sounds may occur in the word initial position, intervocalic or medial position, or even word final position, right? And this chart gives us the details of the distribution of the speech sounds. And the phoneme p occurs word initial in pi, medial as in spot and tapped, and even it can occur at the end as in tap or tape, and b as in buy, final, lab, and medial, bribe. M as in my, smart, and lamb. F as in fi, awful, and loaf. V as in vi, even, and ov. Th as in thigh and with. The as in thy, other, that. T as in tie, mat, stop. And d as in die, lad, mobbed. N as in nigh, sunny, and man. S as in sigh, pass, rice. Z as in zap, lose, and beds. R as in rye, barrel, and fur. L as in lie, sell, and slap. Sh as in shy, nation, machine. J as in azure and vision. The sound j doesn't occur in word initial position in English language. And ch as in child, watch, church. J as in judge, gin, lodging. J as in ja, beautiful and cute. K as in kind, think, and school. G as in guy, lag and eggs. N as in bring, gong, angle. The phoneme n doesn't occur in word initial position in English language. And h as in high, happy and who, and w as in why, wish and word. The vowels are considered to be different from other languages. We all know that the 5 basic letters A, E, I, O and U and sometimes Y represent the 20 vowels sounds. So these 20 vowel sounds can be further classified as pure vowels and diphthongs. So we have already said that vowels are voiced and vowels are produced with open approximation, which means the airstream doesn't undergo either stricture or friction. So how can we give a 3-term label for vowel sounds? And in English language we have to see the roundedness of the lips, whether the vowel sound is rounded or unrounded, and which part of the tongue, is it the front part or central or back, and the height of the tongue, close, half open and open. If you see the diagram, these are the 12 pure vowels. So E, E, A, A. These are considered the front vowels. That means during the production of these vowel sounds, the front part of the tongue is involved. And A, O, U and U. These are considered back vowels, means the back part of the tongue is involved. The central vowels are A, and So front, central and back refers to the particular part of the tongue which is involved in the production of the vowel sounds. And the height of the tongue, E, it is close, and U, it is also close. But the difference is, if you pronounce words like seat and suit, it is clearly visible, evident that E, it is front close and U is back close. So we can give a 3-term label to this. E is front close unrounded, whereas U is back close rounded. So in this way we can give 3-term labels to all the vowel sounds here. So we can have some practice here. E as in easy, sheep, flea. E as in bin, city. A as in edge, pen. A as in act, man. A as in arm, farm. O as in ox, caught. O as in ought, bought. O as in sugar. Oo as in ooze, boot, two. A as in up, cup. As in account, forget, and two as in weak form, and as in earth, turn, We can give 3-term label for vowels, as E is front close unrounded, whereas U is back close unrounded, and A as in front unrounded between half close and half open, and U is back rounded vowel just above half close. The other area in vowels is diphthongs or vowel glides. So the pure vowels can be classified as short and long. For example, sit, in which E is short, whereas seat, in which E is long. The phonemic description for the length of the vowel is represented by means of 2 dots, as in E and U and They are all long vowels. But when you come to diphthongs, it is totally different. and these are the sounds which are articulated by the glide. That means the tongue starts its position at a particular vowel sound and shifts to other vowel sound. So, this is what we call the glide. So, these are the glide vowels, as in A moves to E and it makes A, and A glides towards E as in I, and O moves to E as in I. So, A, I, oi, these are glides, and towards U, O and ow, and ia, uwa and air. So, in total there are 8 glides or diphthongs. We can have some practice. A as in 8, pain, play. I as in ice, bike, fly. Oi as in oil, boil, toy. O as in over, board, go. Ow as in out, about, now. Ear as in ear, fearful, near. Ua as in during and pure. Air as in airport, careful and there. So far we have worked with the speech sounds of English language, vowels and consonants. Consonant sounds can be classified as voiced and voiceless, whereas we further work with the place of articulation and manner of articulation. And when we come to vowel sounds, they can be said as pure vowels and diphthongs. Pure vowels further can be classified as short vowels and long vowels, whereas diphthongs are 8. So, here a specific term we are going to work is minimal pair or close pair. What do you mean by a minimal pair? A minimal pair is a set of 2 words that differ in terms of just one phoneme, and they differ in meaning also. So, pot and cot, it makes a minimal pair for pa and ka, and boy and toy, it is a minimal pair for ba and ta, and man and mat, the minimal pair for n and ta. Late and light, it is for a and I. Cot and caught, it is for o and o, and full and fool, it is a minimal pair for u and u. So, as ESL learners, we need to know about the speech system of English language. Whenever we come across a new word, we have to look up it in the dictionary for pronunciation. A standard dictionary like Cambridge Advanced Dictionary or Oxford Dictionary or Orient Longman Dictionary or even Webster. So, a good dictionary gives us various features of words like spelling, word class, pronunciation, meaning and even derivatives and how they occur in different contexts. And now we have access to software versions of dictionaries, and we can have regular practice and we can listen to the words and also check our pronunciation. The native speakers of English never find any difficulty in the production of speech sounds. The ESL learners face some difficulties in pronunciation. When they come across a new sound, what do? They replace the new sound with the sound that they already know in their mother tongue. It happens, and within the regional context, it doesn't make any difference. For example, if you say a word like late, and most of the non-native speakers pronounce it as late, as a long A, as in A in Telugu. It makes no difference as far as Indian context is concerned. Even if you say late or late, it is understood clearly. Similarly, as in O, as in go, is pronounced as go, a long O, because we don't have the phoneme O in our languages. And similarly, j, as in rouge or mirage, it is not present in our languages. So, we replace with z. So we don't say pleasure, we say pleasure. And we don't say mirage, and we say mirage. It is understood. But sometimes when you come to international intelligibility, this causes a problem. For example, in Devanagari, there is no short E. So they always say E and A. So teacher entering the class says, dear children, tomorrow I am going to taste you. It becomes very horrible because test and taste are totally different. And if you replace test with taste, it will be very, very horrible. But within that context, people understand because they know TEST, it is pronounced as taste in many contexts. But for when you come to international intelligibility or standard variety of English language, it becomes very terrible. So similarly, in Tamil, they use the retroflex, like na and ala. So they say tall instead of tall and money instead of money. It is also understood properly within that context. But if a native speaker listens to this particular version of language, and he gets confused. And similarly in Oriya or even Bengali, they don't have the phoneme va. So what do? They replace it with ba. If there is a name like Vani Devi, they pronounce as Bani Devi. It is understood properly. It makes no difference. But if somebody says, I cannot understand English vowels, it becomes again it's a problem. You cannot understand vowels. You may not be able to understand vowels, but if you say vowels instead of vowels, it affects our communication. And one day, a meeting was going on, and one of the organizers entered the auditorium and said, okay, snakes are ready. And all were horrified. So why did snakes come here? And the organizer should have said snacks, and he said snakes. And someone says fish is sheep in Calcutta. Fish can never become sheep. He should have said fish is cheap in Calcutta. So non-native speakers have their own limitations in using the second language. Sometimes they may replace the new phonemes with the phonemes that they already know. Within their context, it makes no difference. But when we come to international or standard variety of English language, which should be understood in the same way by everyone, this really causes many, many issues. How to acquire good pronunciation? The strategy is, first, take a mirror, look into the mouth, look at the reflection of the mouth and what exactly is happening inside the mouth while producing the sounds, number one. And next one is, listen to a good variety of language, listen to standard English like the BBC or CNN, and try to understand the phonemes properly. And the other very, very important area is the stress, rhythm and intonation. We will discuss it in the next slot. But as far as the present slot is concerned, and how the speech sounds or how the phonemes are to be articulated properly without causing any miscommunication. So as far as oral communication is concerned, these are very important. One is audibility. The voice has to reach the audience properly, and intelligibility. What we say and what message we have to give should be understood by the listener properly, and comprehensibility, and the language we use must be understandable. So the features of oral communication is audibility, intelligibility and comprehensibility. And next one is tempo or speed. Don't speak too fast or don't speak too slow. So you have to maintain proper speed or proper tempo, and from time to time we have to give pauses in our communication. So in this session we have worked with the speech sounds of English language, and we have identified the 24 consonantal sounds and how each sound is produced, and we have attempted to give 3-term label to the consonantal sounds: the voicing, place of articulation and manner of articulation. and each consonant or sound can be said either voiceless or voiced. And when we come to place of articulation, what are the active articulators in the production of the particular consonant or sound? And we have given the labels like the bilabial, labiodental, dental, alveolar, post-alveolar, palato-alveolar, palatal, and glottal. We can see the shift. Bilabial, the active articulators are the two lips, as in book and as in moon. And labiodental, we go further, dental, as in th, and alveolar, the teeth ridge and the blade of the tongue, as in s and z, and palato-alveolar, sh and j and ch and j, and palatal sound j, and glottal sound ha. So in English language, from bilabial to the glottal, the movement of the tongue is clearly observed. And next are the vowel sounds, and we have attempted to give the three-term label to vowel sounds, as in roundedness of the lips. We know that the four vowel sounds o, u, and oo, these are rounded vowels, and the remaining were unrounded. And again we have attempted to see the height of the tongue and the place of the tongue. So front, central, and close. And if you come to height of the tongue, close, half open, and open. If you see, E is front close, whereas A is front open. Similarly, U is front back rounded, whereas A is back unrounded and open. So for every phoneme we have given three-term labels, and how these speech sounds constitute utterances. The next level is a syllable, and the syllable we know very well is the division of the word. So in every language we can find syllables which make words, and words make sentences or utterances, and the text. This is the hierarchy. That's all for us today. Have a nice day.